All right, good afternoon, scientists, and welcome to another episode of Miss LaConte's Science Corner. Before your long weekend, I wanted to share with you an experiment that you could try with liquids like water using materials that you can find around your house. So, materials really easy today. We're going to start with just a plain glass of water filled almost all the way to the top. Then we're going to need two other things for now. First, a spoon. A big spoon will work better. And we're going to need an egg. This egg is not cooked, and actually, I probably will end up cooking and eating this for my breakfast tomorrow. Like with any uncooked egg, you just want to make sure that you're very gentle because it could break. Now, we're going to take our egg and very carefully, drop it into the glass of water. Do you think the egg will float or do you think it will sink? All right, let's find out. Ready? Very carefully. All right, what did you see? Did the egg float or did it sink? We see so clearly in our plain glass of water, our egg sank all the way to the bottom. Now, I hope you're ready to fish because we have to get our egg out. Super carefully. Okay, put this to the side for a moment. Now, I'm curious, do you think there's a way we could change the water so that the egg will float? Is there something we could add to the water? Well, if you're like me, during the summer, you like to go to the beach and swim in the ocean. And if you've ever kind of tasted the ocean water or smelled your skin after swimming, you will smell or taste salt. You know it's a lot easier to float in salty water like the ocean. So, we're just going to open our salt and we're going to go ahead and pour in a good amount. Okay. We'll take our spoon and give it a little mix. What do you notice about our glass of water now? I'm really noticing. I wonder now, do you think our egg will float or do you think it will sink? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't tried this experiment with this much salt yet, so let's see together if it works. Can you count down with me from 3? 3, 2, 1. Ooh, it looks like we still sank that time. What do you think we could do to make this experiment even more effective? If you're like me, you're probably thinking we might just need to add a little bit more salt. So let's try it. Now that was a lot of it. Give it a stir. Okay, now let's try again. Super carefully here. 3, 2, 1. Fingers crossed. Oh my goodness. Now this, scientist, is why you never ever give up. What do you notice about our egg now? I'm going to pick you up so you can see a little more closely. If you're like me, you can see our egg floating on the surface of that salty water. All right. Now the question is, why do you think this happened? What could possibly explain it? Well, I'm here to teach you science called density. The word density means a way to describe how close together the particles or small pieces of a substance are. Now, liquids that are very dense tend to be very thick and able to hold something up against the force of gravity to make it float and not sink. So for example, we would say that plain water is less dense than a thick liquid like honey. And in this experiment, we saw that the plain water was less dense than water with salt in it. Okay, so the way I like to think about it is people at a party. When you go to a party and there's only 2 people in the room, there's plenty of space to spread out. That's like if you were just plain water. Then as the night goes on, maybe 15, 20, or even 30 people come in. Do you have as much space to spread out? No way. Your party has become more dense. When I took the salt and poured it in the water, my water became much more dense and able to hold up the egg. That's all for this episode of Miss LaConte's Science Corner. But if you try this experiment over the weekend, I definitely want to hear about it in the comments. Have a wonderful weekend, scientists, and I'll see you next week.